your two-time and reigning 212 Olympia champion. Ladies and gentlemen, Flex Lewis.
This is our first time seeing Flex Lewis on the main stage here at Mr. Olympia, but he has come into this competition as a massive favorite, and rightfully so. Interesting side note, though, he has been very open about this being his last competition at 212, wants to move up to the men's open and compete up there as opposed to staying at 212. A decision that has been, I'd say, widely debated, I think is a good way of putting it. Flex Lewis coming out tonight, and in your first impression, Larry, you're seeing what from him?
First impression is that his conditioning is good. I'd like to see him a little more from the back, you know, from the waist down, but his legs are always a strong point. And what really jumps out at me is just how big he is on this frame. You know, when you look at him do the arm shots, when you look at his legs, when you look at the width across his shoulders, the fact that he squeezes that into a 212-pound body, very impressive. And I think that's one of his big advantages in this division. And it will be debated whether the move is a good thing or a bad thing. The great thing is if he changes his mind and decides that at some point that he wants to come back to the 212, there's nothing stopping him from doing that. And I think Flex just wants to challenge himself and see how he can do against the big boys. To be honest, I think he was a little tighter last year. I don't see quite the same level of conditioning as we saw last year, but what he makes up for, his advantage is that because he has so much fullness through all the muscle bellies and so much size through all the muscle bellies, even if he's a tiny bit less shredded than he was last year, again, it's not about whether he's as good as last year, it's about whether he's the best tonight, and I believe he is.